morning, friends. It's Friday. Happy Friday. So let's go ahead and start our circle time with our morning song, if I can find it here. Okay, here we go.
Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Children of the Lord.
One more time.
Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Children of the Lord.
All right. Okay, welcome to class today. All right, let's go ahead and start with our calendar. And today is another easy number. It's this number. What number is it, friends? The number 3. Oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's count the 3. And why don't you, today while we're counting, why don't you spin in a circle every time we say a number? Make it a little harder for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Very good. All right, so today is Friday, April 3rd, 2020. And what do we say on Friday? Happy Friday. Lily's laughing at me. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and we're going to do our weather. All right, today's weather is, it actually looks like it's sunny and cloudy today. So we'll put sunny up. Let's see what we got here. And it is windy. Oh, we have 3 things today. Oh, wait a minute. I keep forgetting I don't have my magnetic board here. All right, so it's sunny. It is very windy out there. And it's just a little cloudy. It was really sunny earlier. Okay, all right, here we go. And Manny looks pretty good. He's ready to go outside and play. All right, and then let's look at our weather chart for today. All right, so today's Friday, so it's sunny and it's cloudy. I still don't have my windy ones done. I'll have to do them over the weekend because we have not had windy at all. All right, wow. You know what? I think we have a tie again. Let's see. Let's look. Tuesday it was cloudy. Thursday it was sunny. Friday, which is today, it's sunny and cloudy. Which is more? They're both the same. We have 2 days that it was cloudy, 1, 2, and 2 days it was sunny, 1, 2. Okay. All right. All right, so today we are going to start something new. We are going to start talking about birds. They are another sign of spring. We see lots of birds out there. I'm sure you're hearing them and you're seeing them flying around. And bird begins with the letter B. B, B. So let's figure our song. Do you know the letter B, the letter B, the letter B? Do you know the letter B? It makes the sound of B. Yes, I know the letter B, the letter B, the letter B. Yes, I know the letter B. It makes a sound of B. All right, so let's see. Oh, can we get my mystery box? Let's see what's in here that begins with the B sound. Ooh, what is this? It's a butterfly. Butterfly. What else do we have in here? the letter B. B. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, what is this? Sometimes you make a sandwich with it. It is bread. Bread. And this is something that Mrs. Pasquinelli loves so much. Do you know what this is? Bacon. Bacon. All right, and I got one more thing, and I had this for breakfast this morning. It's a banana. Banana. All right, awesome. Okay, so we're talking about B. We're talking about bird. Bird. So there's our word. Bird. And I have some birds in my bucket. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Let's see. Here's one. I think this is a goldfinch. Listen to him. It's a goldfinch. Oh, my things are going to fall over here. Okay. Do you know what this one is? It's a cardinal. Lexi's like, I know those sounds. Right? Do you hear the bird? There's the cardinal. And she's all into it, okay? Here is a robin. There's lots of robins out right now. There's a robin. Oh, and then this one's my favorite. We have lots of them in our yard. It's a bluebird. Bluebird. Cool, huh? Yeah, our bluebird. So here, let me show you some birds that we see here. So I have an awesome big bird book, but it's at school. So I was very upset that I didn't have it to show you. But luckily my son had this book. All right, so these are birds that we see around us. Big pictures. All right, so here's a hummingbird. We see hummingbirds, they like to come in, they have a very long beak, and they like sweet nectar. So it's a hummingbird. We have blue jays. We all have blue jays around us. They make a lot of noise. Blue jay. The robin, which we're seeing lots of robins right now. The cardinal, the red pretty cardinal. They're just so beautiful. And that's it. Oh, and then one more I want to show you that we have around here. Does anybody know what that is? That's a bald eagle. We have lots of them around us. They're so pretty. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead, and I got another book I'm going to read to you. It's called Feathers for Lunch. I love this book. I want you to pay attention to the artwork that's in this book. Do you see that? That's a cardinal. And what is this? It's a cat. Feathers for lunch. There's the cat. He's looking outside the window. He wants to get that bird. Uh-oh, doors left open, just a crack. I think the cat's gonna escape. My cat is out, and he won't come back. See the pretty flowers? He's looking for lunch, something new. There's a robin. Look, he's eating a worm. A spicy treat for today's menu. Where's he going? There's a blue jay. His food in a can is tame and mild. He doesn't really like his food in a can. There's a cardinal. So he's gone out for something wild. Ooh, that's a house wren. It's making a nest. Oh, I love these birds. He's snooping and sneaking. Those birds sure look good. Do you know what this one is? It goes tap, 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 tap. It's a red-headed woodpecker. We have lots of these. Maybe you don't always see them, but you probably hear them. If he could catch one, he'd eat it, he would. Oh, there's a blackbird. Jesus, is he trying to catch a bird? But when his bell jingles, birds call a loud warning. There's an oriole bird. Whistle, whistle, chick, chick, chick. See, they hear his bells and they let everybody know. Big cat got out early this morning. Here's the mourning doves. Woohoo, woohoo, hoo-hoo. That's what they say. We hear them every morning. When you get up in the morning, you should go outside and see if you hear them. But cats can't fly and they can't soar. Not like birds. Look, he's trying to get the hummingbird. Can't get it. And birds know what their wings are for. Their wings are for flying. So he keeps prowling, hoping to munch. There's the goldfinch. He's getting some water. But all he catches are feathers for lunch. Doesn't get a bird, just their feathers. The lunch that got away. So these are all the different birds that are in our book. The end. Okay, all right. So you have in your packet, I don't know if you did it or not, but you had a bird necklace. See, here's one here. It has feathers, and then we gave you these beads to work on your fine motor skills of stringing the beads. So if you haven't made yours yet, why don't you go ahead and make yours? We'd love to see some pictures of them on our Padlet if you get a chance, okay? And a couple other things. So I'm going to post today, I'm going to post a backyard scavenger hunt. And I was hoping to do one on my own before I did this video, but it's been awful windy, so I'll have to do one over the weekend. But it's a whole scavenger hunt of things you can find. And maybe there's things on here that that you find that aren't here, like I'm seeing a lot of worms lately when I'm working in my garden, but that's not on here, so I would write that on there. Okay, so try to do a backyard scavenger hunt with your sister, your brother, your mom, or dad. Another thing that we're going to do is a bird watch tally. Okay, so a tally is a mark. So every time that you see this says a bird, look, he's sitting on a branch. So every time you see a bird sitting on the branch, you would just make a line. Okay. So if I find 4 birds, let's see, do I have a pencil here? No, hold on, let me get a pencil. Okay. So if I find 4 birds sitting, I'm going to do a line. I'm going to do 4 lines. Okay. So I found, when I went on my bird watching walk, I found 4 birds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I'm going to put my total here. So I saw a total of 4. Okay. So we have sitting birds. You have birds that are walking probably in your grass because they're trying to find some worms, something to eat. Flying. There's lots of birds out there flying. And then swimming. If you're by a pond or if you have a bird bath, you might see some birds swimming in there. Now today it's a little windy, so I don't know if we're going to see many birds out and about today. But definitely over the weekend it's going to be gorgeous. So I'd love for you to do this and then share it with us. And we will maybe what we'll do is next week, I'll put them all together and then we'll find out for the whole class how many birds were sitting, how many were walking, how many were flying, and how many were swimming. That's probably going to be a lot of counting, hopefully. Okay? All right. And before we go, I just have 2 more things. We have a quick circle time today. So Maddie shared her journal entry. So let's read about Maddie. Look, she's got a very happy face. Let's see. She is feeling happy. I helped Mommy and Daddy pick up sticks. That is a great job to be helping out right now because we have lots of sticks in our yards, especially today after all the wind. And yesterday it was sunny. That was really good. And she writes, I love seeing Mrs. Pasquinelli's dog, Lexi. I have a dog named Lexi too. That's so awesome, Lexi. You have a friend. So, Maddie, thank you so much for sharing your journal entry. Okay? All right. So before we go, I was going through my books because there are lots of books that I want to read to you guys, but they're in school. So I kind of have to go through my books. And I thought today I would finish up with reading you Pinkalicious. Now, do you know why we're going to read Pinkalicious? Does anybody remember what we always talk about at snack time? You get what you get and you don't get upset. So I thought we would read this today because I know I told you guys when we were in school that I was going to bring this one day to read to you because we say that all the time, don't we, friends? Okay. It was a rainy day, too wet to go outside. Mommy said, let's make cupcakes. What color do you want? Pink, I said. Pink, pink, pink. Mommy put in some pink. More, I cried. More, more, more. I gobbled up a couple of cupcakes while Mommy and I frosted them. They were so yummy. They were Pinkalicious. I offered one to Peter, my little brother, but he's very picky and he didn't want to eat his, so I ate his. There's Peter right there. Please, Mommy, can I have just one more? I begged when I woke up from my nap. You get what you get and you don't get upset, she said. But I got very upset. After dinner, I ate more cupcakes. Then I refused to go to bed. Just one more pink cupcake and I'll go to sleep, I promise. Daddy waved a tired finger at me. You have had enough. Look, Daddy doesn't look too happy, does he? The next morning when I woke up, I was pink. My face was pink, my hands were pink, and my belly was the color of a sunset. Oh no. Daddy thought I had played with markers, so he gave me a bath. The pink did not come off. My hair was the color of a raspberry sorbet. I cried because I was so beautiful. I even had pink tears. I put on my pink fairy dress and twirled in front of the mirror while Mommy speed dialed the pediatrician. That's the doctor. I'm Pinkerbell, look at me. I'm Pinkerbell, I sang. Mommy grabbed her purse. Just one more cupcake. Please let me have just one more, I yelled on the way out the door. Mommy took me right to the doctor's office. Dr. Wink looked at me and said, you have a very rare and acute case of pinkatitis. I guess that's not the worst thing, but what could happen? Just call me Pinkerella. Then Dr. Wink said, for the next week, no more pink cupcakes, pink bubblegum, pink candy. She's like, boo. To return to normal, you must eat a steady diet of green food. Oh, she's like, yuck. Yeah. Do you guys like any green food? Let's see what kind of green food, though. On the way home, we stopped at the playground. My friend Allison was there, but she didn't see me because I blended in with all the pink peonies. When I waved to Allison, a bumblebee landed on my nose. Buzz off! I'm not a flower, I scolded the bee. Soon I was surrounded by bees, butterflies, birds. Mommy, I cried, please take me home. When we left the playground, I asked Mommy if I could eat another pink cupcake when we got home. Don't you remember what the doctor told you? She said no more cupcakes. Peter tugged at my pigtails. I wish I were pink like you, he said. He was green with envy. He's jealous. That night, I pretended to eat my dinner of mushy dark green vegetables. After everyone went to sleep, I sneaked into the kitchen, climbed onto a chair, and reached on my tippy toes to the top of the refrigerator where Mommy had hidden the cupcakes. I took just one more pink cupcake and ate it. Then I licked the pink cupcake wrapper clean. I don't think she was supposed to do that. When I woke up in the morning, I felt different. I ran to the mirror and peered at my reflection. I was deeper pink than I had ever seen. In fact, I was no longer pink. What color is she? She's red. Oh no, red, I screamed. I didn't want to be red. I should not have eaten that pink cupcake last night. I wanted to be myself again. I knew what I had to do. I opened the fridge, held my nose, and squeezed a bottle of icky green relish onto my tongue. I ate pickles and spinach and olives and okra. I choked down artichokes, gagged on grapes, and burped on Brussels sprouts. Next thing I knew, my arms tickled, my ears tingled, and my feet twitched. Ugh. I was no longer red. I was no longer pink. I was me, and I was beautiful. So what happened to the rest of the cupcakes, Pinkalicious? Daddy asked. Just then, Peter ran in and yelled, Peekaboo! Oh no, look who's pink now. What a great book. Just reminds me of all the nights I would have to read this to Lily before we went to bed. Anyway, all right guys, it was great spending this week with you. I cannot wait for next week. We only will have a couple sessions because of Easter, but I'm looking forward to it. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to, if you can, do your bird watch in your backyard scavenger and share it on our Padlet for next Tuesday. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Guys, I forgot to show you our experiment. So do you see what's happened? Look, here's our red. It's mixing in with our yellow. It was pink, but I had to add a little more food coloring to the yellow, and now it's starting to turn orange. And then we have these colors. We have the blue and the yellow starting to mix together to make the color green. See? And then we have blue. And then the blue and the red are starting to mix together. Oh, you can see some purple in there. And look, we made a rainbow. So it took about 24 hours for it all to work, but it's pretty cool looking, isn't it, friends? All right. Well, thanks for having science time with us.